Model comparison is deeply integrated in path analysis. The reliance on model comparison reflects a dominant perspective in the philosophy of science that a truth can only be recognized when it is compared to something else. This is readily apparent when different path models are compared against each other, but it is also true when evaluating the fit of a single model. Certainly, we have the relative goodness of fit and relative badness of fit indices, but even the absolute goodness of fit indices compare predicted values to observed values. This requires us to believe that observed values represent truth, plus some error. A quick question for you is there anything that can be absolutely true? Is there anything you know to be true without any point of comparison? Bringing it back to path analysis, let us focus on the relative goodness of fit indices, like the comparative fit index or CFI. Relative goodness of fit measures compare the deviance of your model to the deviance of the null model. Now, the null model is a model with zero covariance between exogenous variables and where the predicted values for all endogenous variables equal their means. The relative goodness of fit measure tells us how much proportional improvement we have over the null model. We consider 90% improvement to be the minimum amount we will accept. By comparing the relative variance explained by a path model to the variance explained by the null model, positions the null model as a benchmark. Benchmarks matter. If truth can only be evaluated relatively, then benchmarks frame your view of the truth. Using the null model as a benchmark implies that no relationship is a meaningful comparison. Is it? It is very easy to improve on it. Perhaps it is too easy to improve on the null model. Anecdotally, I think I only once observed a path model that dipped below a CFI of 0.5, and most bad models, in my experience, are in the 0.7 to 0.8 range. In other words, I have observed that positing almost any relationship between distal variables presents a marked improvement over a world where nothing is related. If the null model is so far off reality that almost everything marks a substantial improvement on it, then is it a good benchmark? Please think about this question for the next few minutes, or you can focus on your breath, the visuals, the audio, or some combination of these things. Thank you for joining me for this meditation.